what the heck happened in this book? One anime literally took over my entire life. I'm already rewatching it because it was so good. Hello everyone, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the books that I read in April. I honestly didn't read a lot, and I am including an anime that I watched this month in my wrap up because it literally took over my life. It was Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Fruits Basket. Couldn't stop watching it, and therefore I did not read as many books. I read 3 books this month and I binged 4 seasons of 2 anime shows. I was just obsessed this month, I don't know. So the first book I read this month was Alphas Like Us, which is the 3rd book in the Like Us series. I've been tabbing all of my Like Us books and I'm loving how they all look together. Here's how much I tabbed this one. 5 out of 5 stars. I freaking loved this. It's kind of hard to talk about these books because in the series everything is so intertwined, interconnected. You kind of need to know what happened in the first couple of books to understand like what's really going on here. And honestly, I'm like trying to think what happened in this book. I'm blanking. What the heck happened in this book? Okay, I remember loving this book. For the life of me, I do not remember what this is about. I just know that it continues Pharaoh and Mafi's story, like something big happens at the end. It's so hard because the first 3 books are literally just one giant thing. Like they all wrap up and connect. It was just a bunch of like different events like thrown at me. So I literally don't remember, but I'll put a picture of my review that I wrote literally after I finished the book. So just know that I love Mafi, I love Pharaoh, I love the crumbs of like the other characters and just getting to know more of the family in here. I'm so sorry, I don't... I'm like laughing at myself because I don't remember. Anyways, the next book I read was Tangled Like Us and I absolutely loved this. 5 out of 5 stars. This is the 4th book in the Like Us series and it is Jane and Thatcher's first book. This was so good. This is fake dating, age gap, forbidden romance. I loved it so much. This book I actually do remember what it's about. So at this point in time, Thatcher is Jane's bodyguard. Things happen in the previous book. She's not really seeing anyone. She doesn't want to. She has no interest in it. That's when Grandma Calloway, she decides to put her 2 cents in, gets involved, and puts out this ad that like Jane needs a boyfriend, Jane needs someone. That causes a whole lot of drama in terms of like creepy stalker people trying to show up to their house and everything. And that sets up for Thatcher fake dating Jane, and the story goes from there. I really personally enjoyed this. They start off fake dating and then you can tell that they catch feelings and they admit those feelings, and then it's basically just like a secret relationship the whole time. I personally really love Jane. So Jane is 23. I'm 23 years old. I just really related to her character. She talks a lot about feeling lost and she's finished with school and she doesn't really know what she wants to do. She hasn't found her passion yet. I feel like for the longest time I felt that way. Upon graduating college and getting close to that date, I was freaking out and kind of like, what the heck am I gonna do? Like, I need to plan my future. I need to find out what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I just really related to Jane in that aspect, understanding the pressure of trying to find out what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. I really liked that aspect of it and I really related to it. And Thatcher, I love him so much for Jane. I feel like he is the type of guy where he's very like rough around the edges and like very short with everyone, but for Jane he kind of has that soft spot who you wouldn't expect him to do certain things, but he does. I loved it so much. Like I felt like the development of the relationship was really nice. I'm a sucker for fake dating and just like the whole like we have to be a secret type thing. I really like that aspect. This had one of the best first times that I've ever read in my life. They really understand each other and get each other, and I feel like it's one of those things where you wouldn't expect these 2 people to be together, but they work, they fit, and I love that, love them. Then I picked up the next book. I picked up Sinful Like Us, which is the 5th book in the Like Us series. Again, Jane and Thatcher's book. I read about 100 pages and I stopped. Why did I stop, you ask? Because I decided to watch the anime Fruits Basket. Let me just give you a visual representation of how much that took over my life. I'm obsessed. I love them. So the anime is based off of a manga, and I got it too. My boyfriend gifted it to me, so you best believe I will be reading this. But I want to talk about the anime for a little bit because I don't remember the last time I have been this invested in a story. A lot of the other animes and a lot of my favorite shows I've watched so long ago, so it's been so long since I watched something new where I was like, oh my gosh, like this is my new obsession. That's what Fruits Basket was. It became my entire personality. Like I'm literally rewatching it right now, and I just bought the manga like spin-off. It's called Fruits Basket Another, which is like a next generation type thing. This anime was so good, and I feel like if you like the books that I read, you'll really like this anime. So it's about a girl named Toru Honda, and she is living in a tent. Her mom just passed away. Her dad passed away when she was younger, so she's kind of on her own. She has a living relative, but she's not living with them, and you'll find out why in the first episode. But basically, she ends up moving in with the Sohmas. She lives with Shigure, Kyo, and Yuki. She goes to school with Yuki and Kyo. It's giving Vampire Diaries, but like it changes as the show progresses, if that makes sense. You meet more of the Sohmas. The Sohmas have this really big secret. You meet more of them, and you kind of just see how Toru kind of fits in with their family and who she is to them. It had romance, had that fantasy aspect, found family, just really amazing friendships. Like I loved so many of the characters. This show was very comforting. It was just so fun to watch. I don't know what it is, but I just really loved the story. So Yuki and Kyo, they pretty much hate each other. They have this very long-lived rivalry. Toru is kind of like, I feel like that middle ground where that's the one thing that they agree on. They want to protect her. They want to make sure she's happy. They want to make sure she's safe. They do things for Toru. Toru has definitely become one of my like comfort characters for sure. It was just a really good anime, and I'm very excited to read the manga, and I loved it so much. I definitely recommend it. The show does get kind of dark though, and there are trigger warnings, so I would definitely make sure to look those up. But if you are looking for something new to watch, and we typically have the same taste in like books and shows and movies and everything, I definitely think you should check it out and watch it because I absolutely loved it. There were a lot of scenes that just made me squeal. I'll insert some here, but I'm gonna have no music because I don't want it to get copyrighted or anything. I'll insert some of my scene reactions here. These characters have a special place in my heart, definitely comfort characters. And after I finished Fruits Basket, I was like, I need another anime to watch. I watched Ouran High School Host Club. I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as Fruits Basket. Like I feel like Fruits Basket is definitely like S tier, like God tier, amazing, perfect, wonderful. Ouran Host Club, I enjoyed it, but it didn't give me the same feeling that Fruits Basket gave me, but I still enjoyed it. I liked it. You find this out in the first episode, so it's not spoiling. This honor student goes to Ouran Academy, and it's a really rich school, so they got there on scholarship. Haruhi walks in and breaks a vase and has to join the host club. It's a club where rich boys who have a lot of time on their hands entertain rich girls who have a lot of time on their hands. Like they say something like that. It was a fun show. Like they get in a bunch of different situations, but the catch is Haruhi is actually a girl and not a guy. Haruhi is pretending to everyone else to be a guy, and only the people in the host club know she's actually a girl. You can kind of see that there's like interests here and there between some of the people in the host club. I think this was a nice found family too. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It had some good romance, but this anime was unfinished, so I think in the manga there's like so much more content, but I haven't read the manga. I've only watched the anime. I might like the manga more because it's a finished story. I think if you want to kill some time, then I think that it was a decent show. But again, I recommend Fruits Basket over that. After I watched those two animes, I started where I left off on Simple Like Us. This continues where Tangled Like Us leaves off, with everyone kind of finding out that Jane and Thatcher are together. They go on a trip here. They're planning Mafi and Pharaoh's wedding, trying to figure out wedding destinations. I think this was like a really big test in Jane and Thatcher's relationship. Thatcher has a twin. He has a twin named Banks, and Banks and Thatcher switch places because Thatcher is supposed to stay back in Philadelphia, and Banks is supposed to go on this wedding destination trip with Jane and Mafi and Pero and everyone else they invite. And this is a huge test because they have to lie to certain people who are there, and this could get Thatcher fired and ruin his career basically. You kind of see just different things that they have to overcome through that trip. I think the huge thing for me here was the Cobalt brothers. The Cobalt brothers were so amazing in this. Like, you get so much content from them. I think we got a lot of Beckett and Charlie here. Like, the Cobalt brothers in general, and just like Cobalt family, the Cobalt family dinners. The Cobalt family dinners. I could not contain my excitement. I'm very excited for Charming Like Us so I can get more of Charlie. We got a little bit of Beckett and Joe crumbs. We got a little bit of Luna and Donnelly crumbs, and this just really sets up for the next book, and I'm so excited to read it. The Like Us series has been amazing so far. I'm very scared for Sully's books, but I'm excited to get more side character moments and couple crumbs and everything. And I think if you love the Addicted Calloway series, you're gonna just fall in love with this universe all over again. And that is it for today's YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. If you have read or watched these, I would love to know your opinions. I love talking to people about things that I love, and clearly I loved these 3 books since I rated all 3 5 stars, and I loved the 2 animes that I watched. If you loved them, let me know and we can talk about it. I will see you guys in my next video.